Moving on to our next article of the day. It's going to take place in Thailand. We're going to discuss, is it a hard times, hard choices, or is it a cop out for decisions you made? So let's take a look at this. Koi, a 39-year-old vendor, decided to terminate her pregnancy after her family earnings plummeted due to the virus outbreak. The pregnancy was unplanned. I was 6 weeks in. The new reality was discouraging. I know it isn't a good way, and many people may think what I'm about to do is morally wrong. But I have no choice, and it's hard to accept, said Koi, who has two children, ages 14 and 10. Really? You can't put it up for adoption? You can't give it to somebody else? I don't know. Koi and her husband opened a food shop and a flea market in downtown Kenkane, but shortly after the government imposed a curfew barring people from going between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., customers started staying away. Their income dropped by 50 to 70%, and their savings have plummeted as well. While it is true that Thailand and Taiwan do most of their business in the night market versus the day market, this thing is not going to go on for months. She said un, she said she understands the situation as the virus is wreaking havoc on the economics worldwide, and many are affected by the disease. But she said it is hard for her struggling family to survive through this period. But why is her family only her and her husband? Where's her parents? Where's her community? Don't they say that a community raises a child? Koi and her 40-year-old husband were earning around 30,000 baht, which is about $1,000 a month, by selling food. But now they make less than 10,000 baht, so that's about 300 a month, and not enough to raise her family. When I found out I was pregnant again, I was shocked because I don't know how I can afford a third child. We have extremely limited funds and live in a small house on which I am paying 2,000 baht monthly installments on, so rent. So I don't get it. All right. Technically, it was almost illegal to get an abortion in Thailand. I I'll get into that. It only became legal a year or two ago, like in 2017. So it's not like the U.S. where you can just do whatever. While the pregnancy was not planned, she was discussing the issue with her husband, who urged her to consider carefully. Yeah, the husband wants to be the father, but he has no choice in the matter, right? We agree that we need to make extra money, but that may be difficult at the moment, as no one knows when we will return to ordinary life. The virus has really destroyed our livelihoods. Really? Why can't you do something online? And when the school reopens, she needs money for her children, her two other children, uniforms and such. Okay, and the article goes on because she wrote this as past tense, but then the article at the end says she hasn't made her choice yet, but she's most likely going to get rid of it. I want to share a little bit about the Vietnam law now, because I've always wanted to share different cultures, different laws with you. So hold on a second. Now let's move on to a little bit about Thailand's abortion laws to be amended. Thailand's court has ruled that a section of the criminal code is unconstitutional, and as it fails to hold men responsible for illegal abortions. The ruling will take effect on February 3rd, 2021, so about a year from now. The court handed down the ruling for pro-abortion activists. So basically it's section 301 to 305. In Section 301, it stipulates that a woman who has terminated a pregnancy by herself or allowed a person to do it is liable to 3 years in jail or 60,000 baht. So that's about $2,000. So keep that in mind. And so, but the way the wording is, that means only women will bear the legal consequence of illegal abortions. Okay? So the men don't have to pay. But then again, the man created the child, but he's not carrying it, which is against the principles of equality guaranteed by the Charter. Thus, men who pressure their partners to seek an illegal abortions must also be held liable and accountable according to the petition. The court ruled on Section 301 of the Criminal Code violation in 2017. The Constitution, which accords equal rights and liberty to men and women. However, the court found that Section 305 does not violate the Charter. The Section 305 of the Criminal Code exempts licensed doctors from prosecution if they perform the abortion for legitimate medical or sound reasons, such as pregnancies that pose a physical or mental threat to the mother, or for victims of sexual assault who are younger than 15 years old, where the fetus shows severe and fatal abnormalities. Okay, so this is their law. So her child is not sick, and she's against the law. So anyway, leave your comments below. I know I'm partially being harsh, but I'd like to know your comments on abortion. If it's a cop out for her, or if she's reasonably to be able to do it, or how are abortion laws in your country? Please let me know. I'm very interested in learning about different countries, different laws. Hi. The small clip you saw was brought to you by Loyal World News. If you like what you saw, you should subscribe and look up my daily Loyal World News report for its full version. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, prefer to be on the road, I also have a podcast in every full-length video I put up.